In our last video, we made the frame for the patio cover. Here you can see me lifting up the trusses for the top of the patio cover, but I think it's more important to go over the foundation of this patio cover. And what I decided to do here, I'm showing a glued and nailed box, and this is going to be the basis of the foundations for each post. Now this nail here is just to hang the box temporarily while I set up the base to have the concrete footings poured. And as you can see on all four posts, I have them hanging there, ready to be set up. Now, what I wanted to do to kind of lock the concrete in as it's set is add some rebar to it. So I think I measured maybe 2 or 3 inches of rebar. I don't exactly know or remember how much inches per rebar I did, but I want to make sure that rebar went right through each post of the patio cover. And here's the cutoff right there. All right, all we got to do is nail them through. If you see a plastic bag here, it's basically to keep the new concrete from bonding to the old concrete and to also create some separation. Now, I did not want to go in ground, and the reason for that being it would be considered a permanent structure if I did. This patio cover unbolts or unscrews in about 10 points, just in case I have to move it and bring it somewhere else. And so we're going ahead with footings on top of the concrete surface. Here I'm just setting up some pegs with nails and rebar, so that way once that concrete sets, it really locks it in onto the post. So that's my reason for the nails and the rebar. Now this worked surprisingly well. I had 0 leaks adding that plastic bag to the base, and this is a unconventional technique to create some kind of barrier using a plastic trash bag, and it worked excellent actually. No leaks, and the concrete did not stick to my concrete patio. Now I'm just adding this block here for stabilization, and I'm adding it in 3 different points. Okay, here I'm just checking for level, and you want to make sure before that concrete sets in, because that's pretty much permanent, you want to make sure everything's level. Okay, so here I had an old bag of concrete set, and you can see how these kind of cobbled together like rocks, and I'm just trying to break it up and salvage this old bag. When I look back in hindsight, I probably should have just bought another concrete bag because they're so cheap, but I didn't want to waste anything. This little mixer, I actually welded together from some scrap metal, and it works out pretty good. I think I might cut the tip off though to allow me to go deeper and mix deeper into the base of the bucket. So here I'm just mixing concrete. Right now it looks a lot loose. And when you're mixing your concrete, you do not want it this watery. I had to add more and more concrete to get like a peanut butter consistency. And as you can see, I'm just mixing and mixing and doing more mixing. All right, so I didn't want that light colored concrete. I wanted to add some darkness to each of the footings. So I added some of this black concrete mix, and it really darkened up the concrete, and I would buy that product again. If I could find a large quantity of it for a cheap price, I'll definitely get more of it. And I really like the darkness of how the color came out. You can see here. Nice dark color, dark gray, charcoal gray color. And here I'm just doing my first pour. Now I really appreciated every step of building this patio, from learning the foundation to erecting the 4 sides, and doing this made me confident enough to do a shed build and also even build a small cabin or home. And I encourage you to try new things and just get out there and take a risk, you know. All right, I'm just using this block here to kind of level things out. And as I did this, I realized how much water I actually added. And as you can see, it's a little too watery. So I had to add more concrete mix. But this is it completely full to the top to be set to dry. Now in next week's video, we're going to be setting up the supports for the trusses to be installed on the top of the building. And I really appreciate you guys tuning in and supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Support links are in the description below. And comment on the video if you have any questions. Take care.